choose people who bring you joy or add to your life is step 7 of the therapeutic framework to triumph that I developed. On that step, I mentioned that we live in an interdependent world, one in which cooperation takes us much farther ahead than competition. Competition creates division, and it does not get us to the better world that we dream for our children. To me, that world includes peace, collaboration, mutual aid, compassion, thriving, growing together, being open-minded, using inner wisdom, which is actually step 5 also of the workbook here. Silence is the power to create all things. Reaching to this silence with a clear intention will help us get answers on how to keep our families healthy, physically healthy and mentally healthy, how to keep the economy healthy as well. But before we go into this silence, we must be curious. Like when we were children, ask why this, why that. We must be well informed and we must be open-minded. For many years, the moment I heard the words conspiracy theorist, I would cringe with fear and completely avoid hearing what they were talking about. I did not want to hear anything about it. But with this global pandemic, I started to hear doctors and scientists that I have followed for years and I trust. And they were saying things that were very different than what I was hearing in the news. And their voices were being actually banned and taken down from YouTube and Facebook. And this made me think of, in the past, the many scientists and doctors who have been ostracized and ridiculed for their ideas. And then decades later, we find out that they were right. I'm sure that many of you have heard of peptic ulcers. They were caused because we always have heard that that peptic ulcers are caused by spicy foods or stress. And in the 1980s, a pathologist discovered that that wasn't the case, that most ulcers were caused by a bacteria. And when he talked about it, he was ridiculed and pushed aside. And nobody wanted to hear what he had to say. However, 2 decades later, he won a Nobel Prize for that discovery of that bacteria. And nowadays, if somebody comes in with an ulcer and a doctor does not check for that bacteria, he could actually be sued for malpractice. So I invite you to have an open mind, to listen to both sides of the story. Listen to what the media is saying, but also listen to the other scientists and doctors who are presently being banned because of their ideas. Maybe there is truth about what they're saying, maybe not. Maybe they're not being accepted because there is a bigger agenda from pharmaceuticals and vaccines. Maybe not. Maybe many agencies like the World Health Organization and the CDC have interest with those big pharmaceuticals. Maybe not. On the description of this video, I have included a link to the CDC and the National Vital Statistics document that specifically says, in cases where a definite diagnosis of COVID-19 cannot be made, but it is suspected or likely, it is acceptable to report COVID-19 on a death certificate. It's interesting to me that now many people are not dying from regular flu or pneumonia or many other illnesses. Could all those numbers now be reported as COVID deaths? Maybe, maybe not. I leave those questions for you to explore and find answers. Everything I do now is because I was once inspired by my daughter to teach children how to be happy. I quickly realized that we parents and teachers need the same tools as well. I encourage you to get this booklet on Amazon. It's very inexpensive, a brief read, and step 5 is the centerpiece of the conversation today. The only way you can come up with your answers is really getting information from different sources and then going within and finding what resonates with you. Most of the time, the truth is what resonates. If you believe that the media should not censor these doctors, I have included a petition if you wish to sign and share. And also I included some other interesting links. Please subscribe to my channel and press the notification bell so you can know when I update a new video. And if you find this helpful, I beg you to please share it with a friend or two. My name is Beatriz Martinez-Penalver. I'm a psychotherapist and an advocate who dreams of the day when emotional literacy will become an integral part of education. So just like we teach math and science and language arts, we would also teach children how to be happy. This would be a great way to address our current mental health crisis. After all, happiness is a skill that can be learned. Our Center Healthy Connections is here to help you, and I thank you very much for watching. Bye, see you next time.